Gridlife has come to Road America, and it's finals time. For the first time ever, Gridlife drivers will tackle the 4-mile-long Wisconsin road course, hitting tremendous top speeds and pushing themselves to the ragged edge in search of the season win. In street class, Josh Halka and his STI, Austin Hurdle and his 370Z, and Charles Miller and his Evo will all battle for the points to take the season win. As usual, the competition in street is incredibly close. Kobe Shield has shined in his rookie Gridlife season, setting street GT records at 2 of the 3 events he's attended so far, and he's looking to seal the deal this weekend. Likewise in street mod, Sean Krebsbeck and his Evo have dominated all season, taking the class win for every event they participated in. But the threat of Dewey DeWitt and his street mod Boogeyman still lingers. The track mod rivalry between Luke McGrew and Jeremy Swenson has reached its peak. The endless straights of Road America, combined with the immense power of Luke's Viper and Jeremy's ZR1, mean that victory will go to the driver who's most willing to risk it all. And to further complicate things, Ferris Khartoumi, a strong competitor from Texas, will give the boys a run for their money in his own Corvette. Speed is relative, and it can be difficult to gauge how fast Gridlife competitors are really going. Will All Young puts things into perspective Friday in his first ever laps at Road America, where he pilots his unlimited class Civic around the track in 2 minutes and 11 seconds, the overall record for a production car. Will's rival, James Houghton, won't arrive until Saturday, but times are sure to drop further as the weekend goes on. Regular time attack competition will take place Friday and Saturday, and Sunday will wrap up the season with one-on-one bracket battle competition.
But yeah, so me and Ferris are chasing Jeremy. Jeremy's like went out one session, put a lap down, and just put a carrot in front of her face. So all we're doing is chasing it, and I don't think we're going to catch it. We're talking tenths in corners. A second sounds like a lot, and it is. I mean, a tenth a turn is 1.4 seconds here, and a tenth is as fast as tapping as fast as you can. So to lose that or to gain that, it's minute stuff, and it's hard. And to tie it all in the same lap is really hard. And he did it in like one session.
After every session, you can probably find us in Luke's trailer, going through data, trying to figure out who's faster where and why and how, and that's what makes this so much fun. Just running with your friends, and there they are.
We went to the Road America store and found you the best gift we can possibly find you.
Yes!
It suits you very well.
Do I have to wear it the rest of the weekend?
Yes, you do.
Right there?
Look at that.
Yeah. Is that solid? Yeah, that's so Sherlock Holmes.
Hi, Jackie Ding here. Toyota Supra now, no longer S2000. Sorry, I know I have a lot of fans from that S2000 era, but we're moving on to bigger and better things, and this is that. Every event, you know, we're here trying to build the car up little by little. We wanted to get a little more power on, but it couldn't happen in time. So we're going without power, just soldiering on a Road America where it's got like 2 drag strips and the rest is just like reasonably okay corners for us. So we're trying to see if we can get a top 5 finish here. That'll be, you know, fingers crossed, and try and place well in the season championship.
This is my first time coming here. First laps I put down today, so this track is a blast. Unfortunately, all the top guys that are around me in street class have all been here and been here practicing, so we're keeping up. We're doing all right for a first time, so just going out and having fun, that's for sure. First place is Joshua Halka. He's an STI, so he's been pretty consistent this year, and that car's got a lot of power. So it's out here down these straightaways. They're super long, and you know, he can get the job done. So we're trying to chase him down.
They call it the National Park of Speed. This is its name. I mean, look at every single corner. You can drive up to it, get really close to it, and just watch your cars fly by. And I think that's an opportunity that you don't get in a lot of tracks around America. It's really awesome.
This track is so fast. There's fast straights everywhere on here. Just momentum, keeping your speeds up.
I topped out almost 145 down the back straight, and I know people are reaching 160 over there, so it's quite something. This is the fastest I've ever gone. We actually had a vent fall out of the car, like just pop out of the fender on the straightaway. At least good testing, we know that that is like actually a high pressure zone on the fender.
It's a huge track, very, very fast. Lots to learn so far.
I don't love going that fast. So I got a wife and kids I'd really like to get home to, so.
It's morning, the first session of Saturday. James Houghton and Chris Boersma have arrived from Canada. Will L. Young has finished buttoning up his Civic after his record yesterday. Luke and Ferris will try to close the gap on Jeremy. The weather is fair, the track is cool. The first, fastest group of cars makes their way around the track on their warm-up. From the second spot on the grid, James follows Will onto the front straight. The two unlimited cars rocketing over 160 miles per hour as they head into the first braking zone. And then, it all goes wrong.
So welcome to the PZ Tuning Race Shop, and here's our pretty wrecked 2012 Civic Si. And yeah, this has been a kind of a saddening moment of disassembly and trying to, you know, make sense of everything. But overall, it's pretty incredible, you know, to be able to walk away from a wreck like this. So I'm coming down the straightaway, and at this point in time and moment, you know, all I'm focused on is the braking zone. And as I lift off, just about to get onto the brakes, you know, gradually get onto the brakes. And the second I touch my brakes, it starts to veer left. And unfortunately, it's a right-hand corner, so I'm right on the left edge, which means the grass is right beside me. And instantly I touch the grass. And as I'm heading over, I see the wall, and that's it. My max GPS speed on the Motec was logged at 169 miles an hour, and probably by the time I'm at the wall, I'm around 140 range.
So what happened after you did
I met a wall really fast and really hard. My only recollection of the actual impact was how many G-forces I felt in the seatbelts. I swear to God, like, that's my memory of the accident, was physically the amount of inertia that was getting held back by these seatbelts was insane, and it felt like super slow motion.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think that they had, you know, like two separate issues. All of a sudden we saw, you know, the second or the third wing element come off the car, and I dodged that, and you're like, oh wow. Split second later, you see Fireball come out the back of the car, and, you know, all of a sudden he's sliding across the track and he's into the wall, and it's just terrible. You don't even know what to think. You're just like, where do I go? What do I do? How do I get off the track the best and the most efficiently to get safety crews out here as quickly as as they can, so everything can go as it needs to go and make sure that he's okay.
Is that something that you guys corner workers are pretty used to seeing here?
Oh yes, all the time, yeah. It's a high-speed track, you know, things are going to happen. If something happens, it's usually pretty nasty.
It's no secret to anyone at any of these time attack events that, you know, Will and I aren't best friends or anything like that. We've got a fierce rivalry we have for years. But what I saw today, like right behind him coming up the front straight, nobody wants to see that. Instantly you're just like worried, you're like, I need to get out of the car, I need to see if he's okay. Regardless of anything, everyone cares about everyone here. No one wants to see anyone get hurt. Everyone wants to make sure that it's just a fun and safe experience for everyone. And when you see someone go into the wall at 170 miles an hour, it's terrible. It's nerve-wracking. Like immediately, you know, I got on the radio and I said to Mitch, I was like, I feel sick to my stomach. I don't know if he's okay. You know, I'm not seeing him get out of the car yet or anything like that. And it's like, you have no idea what's just happened.
It's on out of the car. Yeah, he was walking around. That was like, I've never seen anything like that.
Thankfully, again, the safety did its job. The Sparko seat, you know, helmet, seatbelt, the Hans all did its job to make sure that I was contained, well contained within that confines of my cockpit. Which, yeah, very thankful that they work. At that point in time and moment, everything you spend in safety is well worth it. There's, you know, if you cheaped out on something and you ended up paying the price for that, it would be a very hard to justify savings in not spending that money.
Will's wreck has given pause to a field of competitors who are usually non-stop. After the Civic is cleared off the track and cars are released, James completes a single shakedown lap and returns to the pits. The track mod field sits it out for the first session. Dewey DeWitt shakes down the Boogeyman Impreza, but won't be competitive just yet. But by the afternoon, it's time to try again. Still leading track mod with a comfortable lead, Jeremy will sit things out as Ferris and Luke hunt down his time on track. Ferris will shave nearly a second with Luke hot on his heels, but they're still off pace from Jeremy. Kobe Shield will establish a dominant lead in Street GT, seconds ahead of his competition. In Street class, things have never been closer. Charles, Austin, and Josh are separated by tenths, with the lead changing hands every session. Sean Krebsbeck will sit out the second session of Saturday. With his incredible points performance this season, he only needs the podium this weekend to secure his overall victory. But Dewey DeWitt won't go out without a fight.
I thought my aim display was malfunctioning when it told me the time. Because I was like, I'm gonna go out there shooting for like a low 25, high 24. I know the car's got it in it, that's what we're after, and it crapped a 21. That was just, didn't even make sense. Like, mathematically did not make sense whatsoever. In the lap, when you look at my aim data, it was my fastest section every section by a ton.
I didn't believe it right away. I actually messaged some friends and I was like, who's driving Dewey's car? Turns out he just went out there and sent it and put an incredible lap down. Even if I had a couple more sessions, I don't think I could have got down to a 21. So hats off to him, that was a hell of a lap.
I kept telling everybody this thing is going to be really fast when I get it dialed in, and Brad Yonkers was the one who named this Boogeyman. He's like, when's Street Mod Boogeyman going to show up? Well, it just showed up. We just had an ugly failure again where a piece of the timing that also powers the dry sump failed and took us out for the weekend.
Do you need a push?
Yeah. And you're going to go out and you're going to just, for lack of a better term, just long the situation and then just, you know, walk off into the sunset. You know, this is the way to do it.
The final session of the day will be the last chance for drivers to put down their fast laps. Tomorrow will be bracket battles. No more lap record attempts. James, who worked on his car all afternoon, is ready for his first real session of the weekend. Jeremy, feeling the pressure from Ferris and Luke, will suit up and try to improve on his 217. Street class will continue to push the envelope. Josh will take first place with a low 231, separated from Austin by only 0.06 of a second. In track mod, Ferris is able to run a 217.1, a time which would have been good for the track mod win had Jeremy not gone even faster. In one brutal flying lap, Jeremy is able to lay down a staggering 215.6. Jeremy will take the Gridlife track mod record for Road America.
I knew I'd probably regret not seeing what I could do, because I don't probably plan to come back here real frequently, maybe next year if they have it again, but I set out to run a 215 and managed it. I don't want to do it again though. That's beyond frightening for only a couple laps here, but I knew what I needed to do and I did enough to get it done. So we ran a 215.6 and it was moving, and I don't want to do it again.
But the fastest lap of the weekend will go to James Houghton. In his only fast session of the weekend, James eclipses Will's time with a marginally faster 211 flat, and then doubles down with the 208, the fastest production car ever to lap Road America.
I think with track mod, because there's such a disparity between the front end of the field and the back half of the field, I think it's making some of these initial runs a little bit easier. I guess it depends on where you seated, but for us, we wound up getting a run that I think we should be able to manage pretty well.
Strategy is, if I don't beat this guy, I have to give you my car. And it's nothing against him, but it's David versus Goliath with the car. So we will take it very easy on this lap just to save the car.
Going into the one-on-one bracket battles, James Houghton looks to have it easy. After Will's accident yesterday, James has no real competition to battle. A few other lopsided battles take place early in the brackets, but by the afternoon, things have gotten serious. Street class is separated by razor-thin margins. Austin Hurdle and Aziz will face Chris Newman in the semifinals, while a classic Evo vs Subaru battle rages on the other side of the bracket. Charles Miller emerges victorious from his battle with season points winner Josh Halka, and Austin is able to best Chris Newman. Austin and Charles will face off in the finals. And after 3 close heats, Austin will emerge as the victor of the street class bracket battles. Street GT season upset. Though he won the season points championship, Kobe Shield will make a crucial error in his battle against Ron Spear and his Mustang, and will have to settle for second place in the brackets. Sean Krebsbeck, on the other hand, is able to finish his season of victories with one more win, defeating all comers in the brackets to finish both points and brackets champion. Track mod will be close. Although he was dominant in time attack, Jeremy will have to be exact to finish the brackets as the winner. Luke and Ferris will go head-to-head first.
It was a little slicked, and I kind of just pushed and just watched Luke run away from me there. Second one I pushed pretty hard, and we just ran as hard as we could all the way through, and I swear it was like down to the thousands. Like, we literally never left each other. So it was extremely fun. Luke got me, so I'm waiting to see if Chris's car is going to come up here so me and him can battle for third.
After a weekend of difficulty and car failures, Chris Boersma is able to score a win against Ferris to secure third place in the track mod bracket. Jeremy is able to come away with the win in track mod over Luke, taking the bracket battle win for himself and his teammate Paul Curley, while Luke will take the points win for the season. After a fateful season closer at Road America, Gridlife 2019 has concluded.
We had some real fast times. I appreciate everybody's incredible efforts. I mean, so many records, almost every event, every class. It doesn't stop progressing.
I won the points championship for the season. These guys won the battle bracket for the season. I think it was first, second, and second, first. So that's a good place to be, I guess.
Unlimited is always full of mechanical drama and driver drama. And we did lose one of the highest profile time attack cars this weekend. That was Will All-Young. I hate to see that, and I'm so glad that Will is all right.
Will is down, but he's not out. He'll be back, and when he comes back here, we'll be here waiting for him.
We'll rebuild, we'll be back, and we'll definitely be faster.